James Madison, born March 16th, 1751, and he lived until 1836. So middle of the 18th, all the way to, getting close to the middle of the 19th. He had a long life. He died when he was 85. So he lived a long life. 85 is old for those days, I reckon. Short guy, 5'4". Oh my gosh. Wow, very short. Okay, so James Madison was an American statesman, diplomat, and founding father, which has its own wiki, who served as the 4th president of the United States from 1809 to 1817, which seems like he did two presidencies. Madison was popularly acclaimed the father of the Constitution for his pivotal role in drafting and promoting the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. Let's look at a picture of him. There he is. Look at those eyes. Looks like a serious dude. Madison was born into a prominent slave-owning planter family, which reminds me of Jefferson. He was also a slave owner class, plantation class in Virginia, which has a really cool seal, like a dude like standing on another guy who has purple, which maybe is like something about tyranny or something. Anyways, in 1774, zealously opposing British taxation, Madison sided with the Patriots, which are its own thing. He was a member of the Virginia House of Delegates and the Continental Congress during and after the American Revolutionary War. Dissatisfied with the weak national government established by the Articles of Confederation, he helped organize the Constitutional Convention. Weak national government. Okay, so he wanted more power for the government, this dude. Okay, so which produced a new constitution designated to strengthen Republican government against Democratic assembly. If you're lost, I am as well. I'm not so sure what that means. Which produced a new constitution designed to strengthen Republican government against Democratic assembly? They feel the same. Republican government. Values and ideals of republicanism are foundational, blah, blah, blah. As the United States Constitution prohibits granting titles of nobility, republicanism in this context does not refer to a political movement to abolish such social class. There's more there. I'm going to keep reading, but I have to do some research to understand this. But it seems like he wanted to strengthen the Republican government against Democratic assembly. Madison's Virginia plan was the basis for convention's deliberations. He became one of the leaders in the movement to ratify the Constitution and joined Alexander Hamilton and John Jay in writing the Federalist Papers, a series of pro-ratification essays that remained prominent among works of political science in American history. Madison emerged as an important leader in the House of Representatives and was a close advisor to President George Washington. During the early 1790s, Madison opposed the economic program and the accompanying centralization of power favored by Secretary of the Treasury Hamilton. Alongside Jefferson, he organized the Democratic Republican Party. In opposition to Hamilton's Federalist Papers, Madison served as Jefferson's Secretary of State from 1801 to 1809, during which time he helped convince Jefferson to submit the Louisiana Purchase Purchase Treaty for approval by the Senate. Madison was elected president in 1808, so that's the beginning. It's like one presidency into the 19th century. Madison, motivated by a desire to acquire land held by Britain, Spain, and Native Americans, and after diplomatic protests with a trade embargo failed to end British seizures of American shipped goods, Madison led the United States into the War of 1812. Oh boy. Embargo. With a trade embargo. I think an embargo means you don't trade with somebody. Official ban or trade with a particular country. So I was right. So after diplomatic protests with a trade embargo failed to end British seizures of American shipped goods. So they're like seizing American shipped goods. Not cool. Although the war ended inconclusively, many Americans viewed it as a successful second war of independence against Britain. Madison was re-elected in 1812. The war convinced Madison of the necessity of a stronger federal government. Interesting. He presided over the creation of the Second Bank of the United States. The Second Bank. And the enactment of the Protective Tariff of 1816. By treaty or through war, Native American tribes ceded 26 million acres of land to the United States under Madison's presidency. Retiring from public office at the end of his presidency in 1817, Madison returned to his plantation Montpelier and died there in 1836. We have a picture. Madison was a slave owner. He freed one slave in 1783 to prevent a slave rebellion at Montpelier, but did not free any in his will. Among historians, Madison is considered one of the most important founding fathers of the United States. He's held in high regard, just like the last three were. Leading historians have generally ranked him as an above-average president, although they are critical of his endorsement of slavery and his leadership during the War of 1812. Madison's name is commemorated in many landmarks across the nation, with prominent examples including Madison Square Garden, James Madison University, and James Madison Memorial Building, the capital city of Wisconsin, and the USS James Madison, which was a lead ship of her class of ballistic missile submarine. It was a ballistic missile submarine. Some pictures. Oh, by the way, featured article. You don't always get that, but this is a good one, guys. Highly recommended. Let's kind of do a scroll. Madison as a student at Princeton. Ooh. So Madison is sitting in the front here. Maybe him. Or maybe it's this guy. Oh, that's Ben Franklin for sure. That looks like him. Oh, so in front of... So that's him. That's Madison. Okay. Let's look at some more pics. It's Thomas Jefferson? Yeah. Madison as Secretary of State. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here in this thing. It's super old, but I think we're going to call it here. Thanks for watching.